If you hood educated, I'm glad you made it. Allow me to unfold my knowledge, wisdom, and understanding from a hood brother's point of view to all of you here, there, and everywhere. Now check me out.
Lines developing this morning in Upper Kirby. Two men are in the hospital after they were shot inside a popular restaurant.
Yeah, Jade Fleury is live at Confessions with how this all started. Jade, what do you know so far?
Well, Denise, Melissa, the shooting is drawing a lot of attention online, with many people identifying one of the two men shot as NBA Ben10, an affiliate of rapper NBA Youngboy. And Houston police say that the gunman on the run was actually being robbed for his chains and assaulted when he shot up the restaurant before taking off. But right now it's unclear if the two men who were shot were involved in that attempted robbery or just caught in the crossfire. All of this happened around 11:30 Wednesday night at Confessions restaurant on Kirby Drive near Richmond. When police arrived, they found two men in their 20s with multiple gunshot wounds. One man hit several times in the torso and the other shot in the arms and legs. Investigators say that it started as an attempted robbery over jewelry, with several people confronting a man trying to snatch his chains. That fight escalated quickly, with multiple people jumping in, knocking the man to the ground and beating him up. Police say that's when the man pulled out a gun and started shooting.
Sometime during that part of the fight, our victim, who was originally looked like he was being majorly assaulted by several people and getting his chains ripped off, he presents a pistol. We don't know where he got it from, but he got it. Must have had it in his pants the whole time, but he got it out and started shooting randomly. Ends up hitting two people. Those are our two victims. Not certain if these are the same ones that were trying to rip off his necklaces or not.
Now, Houston police say that there were about 20 to 30 people inside of the restaurant at the time of the shooting. They also say that the restaurant's owners and staff, they're cooperating with police in the investigation, and police are also going through surveillance video to piece together what exactly happened, but they're asking anybody with information on this incident to call HPD. Reporting from Upper Kirby, Jade Fleury, Fox 26 News.
I wake up, all you hoe ass niggas tagging me, talking about, nigga, you see Ben back? You see Ben back? Well, if the bitch so back, tell him to do the Ben10. I'll double it for him. Fuck he talk about. Do that bitch, Ben. Nigga, this your dance. Get in your groove, nigga, if you back.
Thank the Lord, I'm still breathing. Thank the Lord, I'm still breathing. These dead bystander cheat. They leave you dead for any reason. Behind bitch, trigger squeeze. Take your soul for any reason. He got face for all that reach.
Now, it appears that Ben10 is doing just fine. He's been posting on his Instagram lately. He's been posting on his Facebook. He's been doing so much posting. He's even posting his homeboys, NBA Youngboy's new single or album or whatever. You know, he's been doing a lot of posting lately. And I must say, for somebody who was allegedly on life support, brain dead, shot multiple times, paralyzed, had a couple of heart attacks, died a couple of times. This got to be a miracle. I mean, if those things are true. You see what I'm saying? Because usually when people die a few times, you know, have a couple of heart attacks, brain dead and all that, they don't just bounce back like that. You know, it take a little time for them to bounce back. They don't just, you know, hop back and just be regular talking and all that old type of stuff. But it appears that Ben10 is talking. And not only that, though, he talking crazy. Check it out. We done did everything under the sun together, nigga. Fuck we ever run from. Niggas just run they dick suckers like hoes. Anybody know how we rock? Know fucking well how that shit would have ended if I was in there. So I'm assuming that this is one of Ben10's homies posting. because it sounds like, he's explaining the situation, everything that happened, and saying that had he been there, it would have been a different story. Getting shot, okay, I ain't tripping. We serve two different gods, must be. My father told me my testimony already. Life support has never been up a option. I've been up. I'm just on God's timing right now. Crazy, man. I thug every night just to go to church on the fresh Sunday. To the youth, make this Good Friday count. Now, to me, this appears to be directly from Ben10, unless he has someone running his page and they posting all these things for him. A lot of people counted Ben10 out. I'm not gonna lie, like I've been hearing stories from here, stories from there, stories everywhere about Ben10 and his condition. We heard from the rapper AllStar JR or AllStar Jr. We heard him say that, pull the plug on him, as if Ben10 was on a ventilator or, on life support, right? We heard AllStar Jr. say that, he can't walk no more, that he is paralyzed, right? And not only that, like we had, prominent bloggers reporting some of the same things. You had Sean Cotton saying that he's hearing that Ben10 is paralyzed. He's hearing that he's in a coma and all this old type of stuff. And then we have Seti Nash. He was reporting that his sources was telling him that Ben10 was paralyzed. Ben10 died a couple of times. Ben10 has had a couple of heart attacks. Ben10 is paralyzed. He ain't gonna be able to walk and stuff like that. Like his sources has been telling him stuff like that. And then we have AK-47. AK-47 reported that just from his observance of seeing Ben10 laid out on the ground the way that he was, not moving, that he surmised that, hey, this guy right here must be dead, or, he's paralyzed, right? But then, AK came out a little bit later, or at least, he chopped it up with me and told me that, hey, hood educated, he gonna be all right. He is recovering from his injuries and stuff like that. He didn't say nothing about him being paralyzed or anything, but he said that he ain't finna die, basically. So that's what he broke to me. That he ain't finna die, and that, that Ben10 gonna be alright, that he is going to live. And it appears that way. Because I'm talking about they were supposed to pull the plug on the man Wednesday, then they were supposed to pull the plug on the man Thursday, and now here it is Friday. And Ben10 is talking. Check it out.
Still early in the morning shit.
Man, we gotta get this shit in. These niggas sound stupid. Eating good around this bitch.
Stupid duck ass. Fuck wrong with you?
You see what I'm saying? So, he's doing better than what people thought, or he's doing better than what people assumed. For him to be up, like speaking and talking and eating breakfast, because allow me to say this right here. Usually when people go into a coma and they've been down for a couple of days, or they done died a few times, or they done had a few heart attacks and all that, that's a lot of toll on the body. That's going to do something to you mentally and everything, right? So usually when people go through that type of stuff, they kind of bounce back slow. Not saying that they can't bounce back fast, but usually they bounce back kind of slow. And, this brother right here, he talking crazy, as y'all can see. He talking crazy, and he finna eat breakfast and stuff like that. So, man, good for him, right? I hope that he learned something from this. And I believe that he did, because he's even speaking to the youth, telling the youth, make today count. Right? He's even getting spiritual. He's talking about God. God got his back and things like that. So sometimes we got to bump our head to get an understanding. Sometimes we got to go through trauma, right, to start to really appreciate life. And maybe this Ben10 situation is one of them demonstrations where, look, hey man, sometimes you just got to go through something. And once you go through that, you come out purified. You know, you come out and saying, hey man, wait a minute, my thoughts was wrong. I got to change. I got to start doing this. I got to start living life a little bit better than what I was. So hopefully that's what's going on. But, you know, even though he's speaking positive, he's still talking crazy because, hey, look, that's just who he is, right? These young gangsters nowadays, they are hard body. They don't just, you know, get shot and then just, I'm going to change my life. No, they get shot, damn near die, and then go back to the same block. Beef with the same ops, stop doing the same thing that they was doing before they got shot, because that's just how the life is for them. That's what they signed up for. Now, everybody, or I shouldn't say everybody, but you know, one prominent Chicago rapper, Memo 600, has been, I'm talking about, he's been on his heels. He's been clowning Ben10 the whole time. And the reason why he's clowning Ben10 the way that he is, because, you know, when King Von died, you had a lot of guys from NBA camp was, you know, making fun of King Von and stuff like that. And that's Memo 600's homeboy. So now, being that Ben10 done got shot, now it's his turn, you know, to make fun of him while he's in a messed up situation. Check it out.
You posting everything else, nigga. Wiggle them toes.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. You see? So now it's his turn. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, you know, you doing everything, man. Wiggle them toes, man. Get up, stand up. Let's see if you can walk. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, even though it's disgraceful, it's distasteful, but, you know, that's what these young guys, that's what they do nowadays. These young guys, they talk bad about each other when people are in bad situations. That's just what they do. Now, before I depart, just allow me to say this right here, because I just wanted to give y'all a quick update on what's going on with Ben10. Man, I mean, anybody in their right mind, something like this that is like close to death, you almost dying, or, you know, you getting shot up so many times that you are in the hospital for what, almost a week now? You know what I'm saying? If not close to a week, I mean, you in the hospital this many days, that means that, you know, something ain't right. You know, they got to monitor you, right? That you got to heal, you got to get healthy, you see? And hopefully, you know what I mean, that he can take this time to reflect on his life and understand that that way that he was living is not about nothing. It don't offer you anything. It's not about nothing, you see? But if he don't learn from this mistake right here, look, it's just a matter of time. Look, this type of stuff follows them. When you gangbanging and you in that type of lifestyle and you get shot like that, the way that he got shot, look, trying to take somebody's chain and all that old type of stuff, that right there is a behavior, right? And that's mental. That's a mental behavior. And you know, that right there is stuff that they think about and then they act out. So if this ain't changing his mind, then I don't know what will. Because something this serious should make you reflect and say, man, damn. You know, man, maybe I got to start living for my kids instead of my gangbanging partners. Maybe I got to start living for my woman, my mama, and all them, my brothers and sisters, instead of my gangbang partners. You see? But like I said before, a lot of these guys, they ain't gonna care. And they gonna do what they want to do. Now, here it is, Ben10 done got into a beef that it's not even his beef. He done got into it behind somebody else's beef, behind a woman, and done put him in a hospital and damn near sacrifice his whole life behind something that really ain't even got nothing to do with him. So he gotta be sitting there kicking himself in the ass like, damn, bro, like all I had to do was just, you know, stay with the party. I shouldn't even, you know, went over there messing with this man. Now look what happened. You see? So yeah, no, all you young brothers, understand something. You know, quit inheriting other people's beefs. You know, just because your friend into it with somebody, that don't mean that you got to be into it with that person either. I know that's how the street go, but hey man, use some common sense. Because by taking on your friend's beef, you can possibly be ending your own life. And that's by going to the grave or going to the penitentiary. The choice is yours. This is Hood Educated, not Lane Related. Peace and love, and y'all take care of yourself out there. If I said anything that caused you to think, Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. And if you're feeling generous, please make a small donation to the channel. Peace and love.